Home with God, Chapter 21. Not all things are the way they seem. There are more possibilities in every moment within every lifetime than you might previously have imagined. Look, I've heard about how we all live many different lifetimes. But you have told me here several times now that we are all also living the same lifetime over and over, like some real-life version of the movie Groundhog Day. This is a great deal for you to grasp, especially in one sitting. So perhaps we should move a little more slowly here. You are asking deep and important questions about life, death, and dying. And in order to fully understand what you are calling death and dying, it is necessary to explore some very esoteric topics of what might be termed the cosmology of everything. But let's go a little more slowly. Okay, I do feel as if we have been racing. I've been given more data in the last 10 minutes. I know. So let's double back here. Just a bit and pick up some of that data and look at it again. I have said that you are a part of all that is. You are, to return to a metaphor, an atom of the apple orange, and you are traveling through it. We could call this the apple orange. That's good. That will make this metaphorical image unforgettable. We'll use your coined word to refer in shorthand to the space-time continuum. Okay, good. Now, you may travel through the apple orange repeatedly along any route you choose. As I said, this could be the same route that you chose before, or it could be another route, another tunnel. And you may also choose from any number of different ways of moving through the corridor of time, changing your movements from moment to moment if you wish. What do you mean? Well, you tell me how you might see yourself moving through the corridor of time. Let us say that you are suspended in midair in that corridor. You are quite literally suspended in time. Now, which way might you see yourself moving? Forward. I see myself moving forward through the tunnel. Is that what you're asking me? Is there any other way you might move? Well, backward, I suppose. Are you saying that we can move backward in time? Here you are touching on something that is very significant. More significant than you might know right now. That is part of the holy inquiry of which I spoke earlier. Are you going to tell me what the holy inquiry is now? Not just yet, but soon. I have a few more building blocks to put in place. The shorthand answer to your other question is yes. You can move backward in time. Not just to other lifetimes, but within any particular lifetime. Fascinating. But you can think of any other direction you move in that tunnel? No, backward and forward would be it. Well, maybe side to side. That's correct. If you were suspended in the corridor of time, you could also move left to right. Is there any other way? Up and down. Correct. You could move up and down. And so there are 3 ways, you see, that you could move. Back and forth, left and right, up and down. Can you think of any other way that you could move? Hello? I'm thinking. No, I guess not. Most people cannot. Why not? Because they experience themselves as part of a 3-dimensional environment. But what if I told you there is a 4th spatial dimension inside that tunnel? A 4th direction in which you could move? I would be bewildered. I can't guess what it is. You could move circumferentially. From your suspended position inside the corridor of time, you could move in a clockwise or counterclockwise direction. I didn't think of that. The tunnel has 3 distances. The distance from beginning to end, forward and backward. The distance from side to side, left and right. And the distance top to bottom, up and down. It also has a 4th distance, the distance around its interior space, circumference. This is the 4th dimension, and it is time. This is the 4th dimension in time. And so there are more ways of moving through time than you might previously have imagined. You're right. I just never thought of this 4th way. Actually, in the space-time continuum, there are more spatial dimensions than 4. More than 4? Good heavens, how many? The number really does not matter here. If you wish to know more about this at the technical level, talk to the quantum physicist. Again, this is simply today's science. All that matters for the moment of this discussion is for you to know and understand that not all things are the way they seem, that there are more possibilities in every moment within every lifetime than you might previously have imagined. Still, your journey is the same, in the sense that the destination is the same. It is your route that may have more possibilities for variation than you thought. What would determine which choice I make, given all these options? It has to do with what you wish to experience. All paths may lead to the same destination, but each route offers different experiences. Since you are making continuous journeys through the space-time continuum, endless in number. Taking any route that you wish, there is no risk of losing a chance to take any particular route, so your options are wide open. And this goes on forever. I never get to stay in the spiritual life for all eternity. You remain nowhere for all eternity. Not even in the center, in the core of my being. I know I asked this before, but go on. I remain nowhere for all eternity. You must put a space in that word, nowhere, as I have taught you before, in order to understand the statement. The word nowhere with a space in the middle reveals now, here. You remain now, here, for all eternity. Now, here is the only time and space there is. This really is mind expanding. So, heaven, paradise, nirvana, reunion in bliss with God is not at the core. Yes, it is, but it is also everywhere else. It is not a case of it being here and not there. It is everywhere. Yet there is something unique about the core that you find in no other place within the space-time continuum. And that is why you go there. What is it? The singularity. At the core of your being, all that is and all that you are appears in its singular form. It is here that knowing and experiencing merge. This merging may be created by you at any time and place within the continuum, but at the core of your being, there is nothing else to compete with it. Nothing else to take your attention from it. It is all that there is. Okay, well then, that's heaven. That's where I want to stay. No, you don't. That's what you want to know and experience. But that's not where you want to stay. Why not? Sure sounds good to me. If you knew and experienced it, and nothing else, you would ultimately lose yourself in the emergence. You would no longer know you are having the emergence, because there would be no other knowing or experiencing with which to compare it. You would not even know who you are. You would lose your ability to differentiate, to individuate yourself. Are you actually telling me that heaven could get to be too much of a good thing? I am telling you that all things exist in the space-time continuum in perfect balance. The essence of who you are knows precisely and exactly when the process of life itself calls for you to merge with the oneness and to emerge from it in order for you to know the bliss of the oneness through the experience and the glory of its individuation. The system works perfectly. The balance is precise. The design carries the elegance of a snowflake. To the oneness you return, and from the oneness you emerge, over and over again eternally and forever, and ever forevermore. And this is the 10th remembrance. Life is eternal. Yes, well, every religion tells us that. Every faith tradition on the earth proclaims it. And now here we are again hearing that. It is true that I have been sending this message to you through many messengers over many centuries. Rosetta W. Raymond was a writer, editor, orator, theologian, teacher, novelist, consulting mining engineer, and practicing lawyer who lived from 1840 to 1918. And his most famous quote was, "Life is eternal, and love is immortal, and death is only a horizon, and a horizon is nothing save the limit of your sight." I suppose he was one of your messengers. He was. And contemporary entertainers are too, I guess. Like Carly Simon. She used the Raymond quote when she recorded a song written with T. Skoll a few years ago to send a message to the new and wider audience about being home with God. And Alanis Morissette. She has been saying a lot lately about life and the nature of existence through her music. And filmmaker Stephen Simon through his movie and now Spiritual Cinema Circle. And let me make something clear here. You are all my messengers. Every one of you. You are all sending a message to life about life through your own life lived. The question is not, are you a messenger? The question is, what is the message you are sending?